account across multiple phones plus a laptop without any kind of strict rules like they're just switching. Meaning, let's say you've got a phone that is posting 10 different reels or even 5 different reels, and then on another phone, you have that same account sending out all these DMs, and then you got another account open source. Like, you can understand naturally how that's not making sense. But that's weird. Now, yeah, they, oh, yeah, why do we not? Why would you know that that is possibly true? It's simple. It's figure ABM, something that says needs to be focused. So here, which do you expect that I we're doing operational volumes because that's the fix we have for you. If I'm choosing is counts so you don't have you yes, let's say it's BS it's vision, but the outputs to see that distance. So you don't have a device taking any accessibility notifications to ASCP to be using the account to create calls and so actually device doing tasks that's the good that that's see this again this issue this that is happening about them to see the times you so you if we're in AI voice, it's rhythm. It's not see your intention. So what triggers this? Easy. Rapid copy paste DMs with zero variation. That's why I keep telling you, to tell you again, customize the DMs at least a little bit. If you literally copy paste the same message over and over again without tweaking it at all, that is what a bot would do. So even though you're doing it manually, you're still acting like a bot. So stop doing that. Just tweak the DMs as you are saying. The other is identical message structure sent over and over. So if you have pretty much identical structure and you send the DM like 10 times a day, 10 times tomorrow, 10 times the next day, the likelihood that you're only sending 10 DMs a day is lower, but it could still potentially trigger. But the biggest thing, just stop copy pasting the same DM with zero variation. Now, another trick of acting like a bot is machine gun clicking, liking, commenting. You go natural pulse. So if you just start scrolling, I saw some kid the other day at a cafe. You do likeable scroll, likeable scroll, likeable scroll, likeable scroll. Or just stop doing that. It does help you. It makes you feel productive, but you're not actually being productive. Be intentional. If you're going to like a post, actually like it, and then I'd encourage you to leave a comment on that person's post. It's a genuine comment. So if you're going through and you're having zero human rhythm, so no scrolling feeds, no watch stories, no breaks in between actions, you're acting like a bot. Just use the account, whether it's your account, whether it's a client's account, and like a human. So don't be copy pasting, say DMs, don't be machine gun clicking, liking, or commenting. Just act like a human, you'll be fine. So mistake number 3 to avoid is stop acting like a bot, act like a human, tweak DMs, use intentionality when engaging with content. So just act like a human, pause, spare your actions, break patterns, do all that type of stuff. Now, the next one is aggressive scaling. And this is where most business and creator accounts get absolutely decimated. And so they'll go from like 0 to 100 real quick. Like overnight, that is an instant red flag. An example of this is you go from reaching out to 0 people a day to 50 leads a day, literally overnight. That is a possible trigger. So you want to go from 0 to 5, 0 to 10. That would be fine. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and so on and so forth. The next one is they go from 0 content to full content system. All of a sudden, daily posts, daily stories, reels, DMs, all at once. That is not normal. It's just not normal. And that will potentially create a red flag on the algorithm. So what you want to do is start posting consistently, consistent stories, consistent DMs. That's how you avoid that. So don't go from 0 to a full content system. Don't go from 0 to 50 leads on a single day. So you want to ramp up slowly. Give Instagram time to adjust your new activity level. So write this down. Do not go 0 to 100 overnight. Instead, ramp up slowly. The next one, this is the silent killer, is account leaking. And so once one account is flagged, that's why you should just follow what you're supposed to do as we laid out your side of the lessons, because it's just going to make your life so much better. It is once an account is flagged, everything connected gets shadow flagged or even white. As an example, spoke to a student. He decided he didn't want to be patient. He'd only been in the campus for a couple weeks. He decided he was going to buy 5,000 followers. Even though he consciously told me, yeah, I know you said not to do it, but I just wanted to do it anyways, his account got suspended. But guess what? We investigated further. Not only did he get suspended, his IP address and the serial number of his iPhone is also flagged. And so he put himself, because he was impatient, stupid, and did not listen to the stuff I'm talking about right now, he decided to be impatient, go out by followers. And now because of that, the only way that he can actually have an Instagram account that doesn't get shadow flagged is he's going to have to go out there and buy a new cell phone. So stop being impatient, accept things on the page, and just avoid all the things not to do that we're going to do right now. And so what connects it? Same devices. So this could literally be, let's say you have 2 phones on a computer, like I do. All of those devices are connected. IP addresses, and they'll even, this is kind of scary, but the AI can even see your behavior fingerprints. And so this is why you just avoid what not to and do the things you should do. You'll be fine. The AI will actually help. So the danger with this is the new account creator with the same hardware, the same IP, it auto suspension literally from day one. So I encourage you to go back through this video again and make sure you've written down all the things not to do. And then we're also going to go over what to do, and that's going to make everything else we're doing here so much more powerful. Before we get into what to do, I want you to understand this, and that is Instagram's AI does not ban you for growth. It does not ban you for doing DMs. It does not ban you for getting paid or getting shares. What it bans you for or limits you for is looking unnatural while you're doing all those things. So the difference between a successful account and an account that gets severely limited is not the numbers, it's the rhythm. So everything below is about building anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. And I encourage you to pause and take notes as we're going through this, but also you have this for the entirety of your life. So you're also going to go through this video as many times as you actually want, but I do encourage you to pause it, rewind, and all that, because this laying this foundation is going to help you massively. So number one of things to do is engineer rock solid stability. So meaning same device, same location, same posting rhythm, same DM rhythm, aka what that does is it equals Instagram's going to trust you because Instagram likes consistency, aka predictability. So predictability equals trust in IG's eyes. Now, how to do it? Let's break that down. You can use the same primary device for all serious work. Now, let me give an example. From time to time, I'll get on IG from my computer, but part of the app, I've also got another cell phone that I used to do most of my posting from. Because I've got a new iPhone that has a much better camera. I pretty much only do any of my posting, my stories, my reels, my outreach. I do it from the new phone. So that is my primary devices. So meaning pick one device that you do most of your actual Instagramming from. So ideally, this is going to be your main phone. The next one is to stick to consistent IP/location patterns. For example, home Wi-Fi or personal mobile data is key. But like if the algorithm actually looks at, this is AI specifically, looks at what I do, typically I'm on mobile data. Otherwise, I'm at my office Wi-Fi or my home office Wi-Fi or my gym Wi-Fi or a cafe Wi-Fi. But typically I'm on mobile data. So for context, mobile data is the best. However, for those of you who do not have unlimited data, just try to stick to the similar IP addresses for whenever you're doing postings and DMs. Here's for those of you going to be at home or coffee shop. Now, if you are traveling, I know we're all building our businesses from our laptops, so we can do what we want with whoever we want. That's why you're in this campus. You want to space out your logins naturally. And so if I'm doing like a heavy travel schedule, I never jump between 3 new countries in 24 hours. I never do. Like if I know that I've got a heavy travel schedule, I'm just not going to get on Instagram. I'm just not going to do that. Or if I do, it's going to be very limited. So like if I'm flying, let's say I'm flying from Warsaw to Dubai, I'm still going to log in a couple times. No problem. Also, if I'm going from Warsaw to Dubai, then Dubai to London, I'm not going to just be within a 24-hour period bouncing around. So just space it out. You'll be fine. So this is not something to worry about. The main takeaway is to use a primary device and stick to a consistent IP/location pattern. So as long as you're doing that, great. That's what to do. The next one is to work on every account you have. So example, a new account needs 7 to 14 days of browsing for heavy activity. Now, of course, within the first 2 to 3 days of commenting, engaging, then you're posting. When I say heavy activity, what we're talking about here is you're posting a story or 2 a day, you're posting 2 to 3 videos or reels or some kind of post a day, or doing more DM outreach. I would encourage you to wait 7 to 14 days before you start doing the heavy lifting. So post content, yes. Comment on other people's content, yes. You can do outreach. I would encourage you to keep it 5 to 10 DMs a day. You can still post stories, but before you only get 7 to 14 days of consistently posting before you get into the heavy activity. So new accounts do need, and this is confirmed by some folks with the CEO of Instagram, new accounts need time to build trust before we start the big heavy growth actions. Now, how do you do? Well, a new account, let's say first 7 to 14 days, you browse, like, comment, watch stories, and like you can still do some postings and sending DMs, that's fine within your first 7 to 14 days. But the first 2 to even 5 days, in fact, I would encourage you not to do any kind of posting. And if you've already done posting, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. This is just a major level. Your first few days, 2 to, let's call it 5 days, you're only going to be browsing, liking, commenting, watching stories. You want to do any posting, but after that, then you can start posting. That's fine. But don't do any heavy outreach or heavy posting until it's been 7 days at least. So the very minimum 14 days is actually a sweet spot. And also, you've got so many other things you're building and doing here as I stand. So 14 days is going to go by here. And then the next thing, warming up an account, is act like a normal person. Just stop acting like a bot. 99% of the problems I've ever seen with people who have the most random issues is because they're acting like a literal bot. So if you just act like a human, so like you're just a normal human that's discovering Instagram for the first time, you're going to be fine. And so, as we talked about before, you don't want to cross-contaminate devices and IPs between multiple. Meaning, you want to be very intentional with, we've already gone over, or soon will go over what not to do. So just don't contaminate your device. It'll be fine. And then from there, if we just summarize this point, give the account time and space. The AI algorithms figure out who you are, what you're interested in, what you're doing. So just treat it like your person discovering Instagram for the first time, you'll be fine. And the next one is to scale rapidly. Like the sniper. I like the sniper approach. I don't like to, for any of you who play Battlefield or Call of Duty, they're people just run around the map, going crazy, doing obscene stuff. They have a higher death rate versus I was a higher KD, so it kills death. Because I would be more intentional. I would sit there, boom, 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 boom. So be like a sniper when it comes to your Instagram. So you want to increase activity 20 to 30% per week, not overnight. And even on my end, if I go, let's say that I hardly do any posting, I got like a really busy schedule or whatever, and Instagram's not like primary focus. Like, let's say I've got launch a new company, that's where a lot of my energy is, yada yada yada, or I just whatever. Even I will start ramping up slowly. So I'll start with 1 post a day and then 2 posts for 7. So you want to increase activity 20 to 30% per week, never overnight. So going from 0 to 100 real quick equals a 10th man, slow ramp up, equals survival, and then thriving. So let me give you an example. What does gradual activity actually look like? We use DM outreach as an example. Week 1, let's say you're doing 10 to 15 DMs a day. Week 2, then you can do 20 to 25 DMs a day. Week 3, 30 to 35 DMs a day. And then by week 4, you can be doing 40 to 50 DMs a day, no problem. So it takes as long as it takes, and as long as you are consistently showing up here daily and taking action, you're going to absolutely crush it. Now, when it comes to, let's say, posting, week 1 could be 3 posts, week 2 could be 5 posts, week 3 could be 7 posts to post a day. And then you just keep ramping up from there. Now, if you're adding any new habits to your account, start with, let's say, daily posting for a week, then you can add stories, then obviously reels, etc. cetera. Then start ramping up your outreach. But the biggest thing is just to give Instagram time to adjust to each level for your increase. So don't go from, okay, I'm super excited about all the stuff I'm learning here on the campus. I'm just going to immediately start doing 50 DMs a day. Like, don't do that because it will actually potentially trigger your account. So what to do is to ramp it up over time. And like I said, same goes for posting. Like, you'll actually have far more success if you post once every other day, but you do that consistently than you will if you all of a sudden start posting 5 times a day and then you get yourself burned out. So keep that in mind. The next one is to simulate real human behavior at all times. The AI reads human friction as trusted. So AI is like, oh, okay, this is an actual human. Let's trust it. The AI only sees rhythm. So just make yourself be human, look human. Now, how do you do that? It's very simple. Type every message manually, never rapid copy paste. Whether you're doing comments, whether you're doing DMs, just literally be a human and tweak it a little. Like if you want your friends right now to start copy pasting the same message over and over and over and over and over and over and over, they're just gonna be like, oh, what? That's weird. Well, that's how the AI on Instagram is as well. So whenever you're doing outreach, what you do want to do is you can have the same general DM, but you want to tweak parts of the sentence so that it's like, oh, okay, this person actually, okay, they added the name, they tweaked this one, no problem, they identified, et cetera, et cetera. You'll be fine. And obviously, you can vary wording, tone, and structure. Now, the next one is build a natural rhythm. So you want to scroll the feed, you want to watch other people's stories, you want to like and comment, but do it like a normal person. So a normal person is going to scroll a little bit, like a video here and there or a carousel, maybe share it, or if they're watching stories, just leave a like on somebody's story, or send a DM through their story. But don't do it back to back to back to back. Just be like a normal person using it. And so that's why it's good to understand what it's like to be a consumer, so that now that you are a creator, a growth architect, now you can actually leverage it. And then whenever you're consuming, whenever you're like, whenever you're take natural breaks. Like as humans, we're not going to be sitting there for an hour straight, like probably. We're going to take some breaks. We're going to go use the bathroom. We're going to go eat lunch. We're going to go on a date. We're going to go to the gym. And we'll come back. So the point being is no machine gun clicking. Don't try to be perfect because the AI is watching. Real humans pause. Real humans get distracted. Real humans scroll. Right? Now, the next one is master device and network discipline. One device for work, and the rest will play. Now, of course, if you're doing all this from your single phone, that is totally okay because this coming straight from the CEO of Instagram, multi-device use is fine. It's totally fine. But you want to make sure that you are keeping your device, meaning your primary phone. That's the easiest way. This is what I do. This is what I use for all posting. This is what I use for outreach. And I do it either on mobile data or I do it on a few of the key places I go to on a regular basis. Now, when it comes to everything else, which I'm not on Instagram consuming most of the time, and for any of you who primarily are using Instagram to consume and you're also using it to work, I would personally keep that to a secondary phone or for your laptop. So specifically what we're talking about here is your work should be done on a primary phone. You are not sitting there just mindlessly scrolling unless you're scrolling to find leads. And then you've got something else, a laptop, so you can have it like on your laptop or a secondary phone, and then that's where you do scrolling. You can do watching other people's content, but I really want you to get to the point where you are not mindlessly scrolling and instead you're only scrolling with intentionality. So you should essentially have your Instagram account on a single device, and that's where you do your posting, your outreach, etc. And you don't really find yourself mindlessly scrolling. If you're scrolling, it's because you're finding ideas for content or you're finding a potential client. And then from there, you never want to do rapid switching of devices or the same action. So if you start a DM on your phone and then you finish your laptop 2 minutes later, that's not. Just don't do that. Finish what you're working on that device. And then also, this is important as you start ramping up, heavy outreach only on trusted networks and a primary device. That's super, super important. And I don't even go as far as, example, if I'm doing a heavy outreach session, I don't do it on a public Wi-Fi, I don't do it at cafes, I don't even do it at a co-working space or anything like that. I do it at my home office or my main office, or I just do it on mobile Wi-Fi. Now, the next one, these are some early warning signs for all of you, and you want to adjust immediately if you see these, is your account is getting flagged if your reach just suddenly overnight drops 50%. It's no explanation. So if all of a sudden, and I'm not saying with a single video, I'm saying like over the course of like a week or two, you notice that your reach literally like if you're getting 4,000 views, all of a sudden you're getting like 1 or 2,000. That's every single video. That's red flag. Or if your stories only get 100 views and all of a sudden they get 20, that's a little odd. Or DM's not getting delivered, or it says try again later, so an error message popped up, that's red flag. Or post stop showing the unfollowed. Or you get a temporary action block, even small ones. So what do you do if you get any of these? If you get any of these, you want to stop all outreach immediately. Stop it all. And go back to pure consumption for 3 to 5 days. You're going to go back to scrolling, watching, and liking only. You're not going to be creating. You're not going to be doing outreach. You're simply going to be scrolling, watching, and liking people's content. And then resume activity at 50% of your previous level before you start noticing this. And then you can ramp it up slowly over 2 weeks. So if you catch it early, equals you're going to save the account. Now, before you take any action on Instagram, I want you to ask yourself, would a normal human do this at this speed? If no, slow down. If yes, you're good. So that's the filter. And so going through the rest of this year and until I see that there's a new update required, you want to stop asking yourself, how do I grow as fast as possible? And instead you want to start asking, how do I look like a normal trusted human over long periods of time? That's one of the greatest questions and greatest filters you can start asking yourself, because it's not the fastest growing accounts that win anymore. It's not. It's the most trustworthy looking accounts that survive, that scale, that compound, and that grow, and get the most leverage, make the most money. So I encourage you to go back through this video, review your notes on a regular basis, because now you understand what to do on Instagram. You're creating content for Instagram, you can also do it completely mandatory way, just use everything inside of Instagram. However, there are also tools that you can use to be more efficient with your time. Now, there are definitely an abundance of tools for you to use, but let's just go over the tools you actually need. Because as always, we want to keep things as simple and effective as possible so that you're not throwing in complexity and just sitting around overthinking and thinking, oh, cool, look at this fancy software. Yeah. No, bro, let's keep it simple. Let's get you moving forward. So if you plan on creating short videos or reels skills, you simply need a phone with a good camera and some decent editing software for everything else. Use Canva.com and also Photojet.com. You're good. Are there more tools to use? Yes, and you can ask in the chat about that. However, let's just keep it simple and get you moving forward. Because it's completely pointless for you to sit down, whether you're doing this for a client, you're doing it for yourself, and oh, cool, I haven't even posted content, what are some more advanced tools? That doesn't make sense. Start progressing, use what I provide you with, and then I'll give you the more advanced stuff. Hey, what's going on, Legend? So you already understand CapCut. I still recommend CapCut from the perspective of it is a good, beginner-friendly video editing app that can also do advanced editing on top of that. So you already have an understanding of this. However, there's also an app from Instagram directly called Edits. In Instant Edits, the interesting thing that I actually super like about it is you can take a look at your personal account analytics. So you can see how many views you've had on Reels, the accounts reached, net followers, likes, comments, shares, saves. You can see all that. On top of this, you can also report directly into the app, or you can just upload a video that you filmed, and then you can edit in, add in music, you can add captions super easily, and it's very user-friendly. So for any of you who are editing short-form content, I highly recommend you take a look at the Edits app and find it on the App Store. And when it comes to repurposing this content, obviously, number one, upload it as an Instagram Reel. Instagram Reels are the way to reach more people with your account. You can also repurpose this content over onto other social media apps. So as an example, if you, let's say, post it over to on Instagram, you also run on X, you can post that video over onto X, or you can upload it as a YouTube short. So make sure you're also maximizing the effort you're putting into your content. Now, as we've already gone over, do not waste time editing your content. Just don't edit out any mess ups, as captions, and then post that piece of content. Now, if you have any other questions, tag me in the chat. Talk to you soon. So when it comes to posts, create posts is simple. Open Canva and create a new Instagram post that literally is called Instagram post. The post to grab people's attention, and you want to deliver the information in a user-friendly format. If you don't do this, people who are hard work. I've seen countless people create content, literally spending hours and hours of their time, and they look to it in a way that's easy to digest. If you notice, a lot of the content that I give you guys is very simple. It's very easy to digest. I create with intention. I use simple words, captivating, and all that. Because I understand that you are busy. As an example, look at this training. It's very straightforward and to the point. I don't fill it with a bunch of fluff. I can easily create 60 slides to talk to you about over the next 2 hours. But instead, I'd rather summarize it in like a 10 to 15 minute format because I understand that you are busy and I want to get you moving forward. So take this into consideration when you're creating posts for your clients and for yourself. Make it in a user-friendly format. Next, front slide. If the front slide should grab people's attention. So the front slide should always just grab their attention as they're scrolling around Instagram. So especially if you're using a swipe style post, so meaning you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 different posts, the front slide should captivate their attention because they're probably going to see you on the explore page. And if you don't captivate their attention, well, they're going to keep scrolling. So you need to grab people's attention and let them know what the post is about before they start reading through it. So meaning, I mean, sure, you can make a post and maybe a picture's cool, but they don't really know what they're clicking on. Versus if somebody's actively interested in, example, keto, and they see something that says top 5 keto meals, you just increase the probability they're going to click it by a lot, like a massive percentage. So use full images, keep it simple, and stuck to titles. So when it comes to posts, create posts is simple. Open up Canva before they start reading through it. So meaning, I mean, sure, you can make a post and maybe a picture's cool, but they don't really know what they're clicking on. Versus if somebody's actively interested in, example, keto, and they see something that says top 5 keto meals, you just increase the probability they're going to click it by a lot, like a massive percentage. So use full images, keep it simple, and stuck to titles, and use the same style for all of your posts so that your entire page looks cohesive and attractive when people are looking over it. So make sure that your posts are attractive, they kind of stick to the same style, and keep it, as we said in one of the other trainings, keep it aesthetic. So keep that in mind. Content slides. The content slides are where the information is provided to the user. You can have up to 8 of these, but ideally you want to have less than 5. The key to Instagram's success is providing valuable information in a simplified format that people can absorb in less than 1 minute. Because keep in mind, guys, everybody's busy. So call their attention with the top 5 keto meals. Now, first one, boom, drop that right there. And the second one, boom, drop it right there, all the way up to 5, and boom, they got 5 keto meals. And then in the caption below, aka the description, you can break that down. And so you can say, like, what? Avocado omelet. And then boom, underneath that, drop down some, like, more can be around that. Now you've got an entire description that's going to give you the SEO juice to where the Instagram algorithm is going to notice post. So keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Final slide. Final slide is the slide that will make you money. Get you email subs for yourself or for your clients. The slide will ask your audience to like, to comment, and to share with their friends and follow your page. But it's also the page where you can insert a call to action and invite people to check out the link in your bio or in your story where they'll find your products and your services. So let's look over this post right here to the post. Like, comment, follow, and check out the link in my bio to buy my ebook, 100 keto recipes for busy people. 15 5-star reviews on Amazon. Like something like that's great. Because you're going to do a like, you're going to do a comment, you're going to do a follow, and if they're interested, they can even get your ebook. So you can do this for yourself, you can do it for your clients. Whenever I'm making all these videos for you, should come through the lens of maybe this could be a service you can offer to your clients. Because a lot of people just simply don't have the time to run their Instagram page profitably. So the final slide should always have some kind of next step, even if it's just liking or commenting. So as an example, you can say, enjoy this post, comment below, and let me know what your favorite film is. Something like that, so we get people engaging in the comments. And as more people engage in the comments, guess what? The algorithm's going to favorite your post and send more people to you. Because they're going to, wow, all these people liking and commenting. I want to show this to more of our users. So keep that in mind. Designing a Instagram swipe post. Now, swipe posts, we already told you, are phenomenal when it comes to sharing information, getting engagement, increasing movements, increasing people doing whatever it is you have as the call to action. So here's a swipe post that I make. Now, the way we go about getting the content for swipe posts is 3 ways. Number one, look at content that your client has already posted, be that on X, be that on LinkedIn, maybe they posted a Instagram reel, and then you can turn the content of that reel into text like this. Now, you can go and use something called Otter.ai, that's OTTER.ai, and essentially download the Instagram video. So the Instagram reel, upload it to Otter.ai, and then simply have it transcribed, and you use the text for that. The freeway, the super easy freeway, I should say, is literally open up your phone and click the microphone. So the talk to text, play the video from your computer, use your talk to text on your phone. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be enough for you. Instead of having to listen to the video and type things out, you can do that. Now, the second way is for you to go to other Instagram pages on, obviously, Instagram, and look for the types of content that they are posting that's doing well. That's the key. The content that they are posting that's doing very well. And when you're doing that, you're going to be searching for relevant pages. So if you're working with, let's say, a dentist, so let's say you're doing local business outreach, you will find content that dentists are posting. Now, to find that, what you do is go to the search bar and type in dentists or dentists in Dubai. Obviously, you're going to have your own city, and you want to find the content that dentists in your area, or any local business for that matter, or any type of creator. So let's say you're doing online businesses, aka creators, influencers, etc. Look for content that's already doing well, and then just turn that into content for your client. Now, the third way is simply just to go to Google and type in dentist in, insert the name of the city, and then Instagram, and that's going to bring the content up. Or dentists in Dubai, YouTube, and then you can go look at the shorts that they're doing. It's very, very, very cool. But now let's talk about the actual designing of it. So what you want to do, and I'm going to cover this in another screen, you can go to canva.com. I encourage you to get the game because it's going to give you all these little frown backboard right there. It's literally like $8.99, $12.99, something like that in months. So it's very, very cheap. And if you're in a phase where you're like, oh my God, this is I highly recommend that you ask about getting headed to my Hustlers Campus because I'm going to make loads of cash flow. You're going to be able to read all the things. And so your site is just pay for that, and then you can come back here and then just go to the control and building these posts. Now, again, Canva does have a free version, but you're going to have other features. So when it comes to designing, here it is. Go to canva.com. Simply go to the search bar, the homepage, or type in Instagram post. At that point, you'll find copious amounts of different designs. So I encourage you to play around with different designs. And from there, you'll select a design that you think looks good. Don't overthink it. They're all good. Literally every single one of the templates is good. You'll find one that looks good. Now, I'm going to go through and recreate this. So we're going to start by adding a new page. And actually, I'm just going to duplicate this. Duplicate page. Then we're going to take this all the way to the bottom. So I'm clicking this right here. Okay, so we're starting a brand new design. Now from there, let's just go ahead and take this one. Okay, so from here, you take the copy that you've gotten, whether it's from Otter.ai, the translation, or you're using the talk to text, or if they got a LinkedIn post or a Twitter post or something like that, that's where I got it. Now, okay, what's a cool picture that I can put as a background that makes sense for this post? So for me, I put Dubai City, I'm gonna select this, go here, make this my background, make it look a little more pretty. How to find content for swipes and rows, because this is going to be a portion of social media manager that you're in the beginning going to overthink. Promise you, bro, it is one of the easiest things to do. I'm a content machine. I not only post on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, all over the place, while maintaining the clients I have, while over-delivering with all you guys. And the reason for that is because I've systemized everything. So when it comes to finding content, it is super easy. Do not overthink this as other people literally do. Every single person overthink great content. It's one of the easiest things. If people have already done the harder work for you, you'll reach a point where you can every content with your own brand. I want to make this clear. You will reach a point where you know clients so well, you know the niche or niche so well that you don't need to always rely on this. And you just use your own brain and also have plenty of examples of content that your client audience likes. They just keep, okay, how can I spin this in a way? Okay, one example. This, like, let's use that example. I know that you might want to buy, people really like that. So, like, example, I can talk about living in Dubai. I can talk about 3 reasons I love Dubai. I can talk about myself living in Dubai. I can talk about how Dubai inspired me. I can literally talk about that it's the same in your own clients and for finding the content that does well. But that's not mean that you're using other people's inspiration or based on like your own grammar. It's not mean that you literally execute. Because I have seen people do this and free. And it's one of the easiest ways to destroy your reputation with your client and for your client reputation. So you want to be pacing exactly what other people do. What it does see is what time is doing well for accessibility to your client and then use this as inspiration. You can find a accessibility to your client. Like I understand the way I think you was the divine videos. But when I saw my own audience affected it, I saw a ton of people in Instagram probably some of the last year has been very well, probably 100,000 views very well. And it makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay, so a lot of people talking about divine, so let me talk about divine. And that's how easy social media is. See where the conversation is, so they tap into it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's an easy way to come up with content. Now, here's how to find that. So number one is go to the search bar and type in dentist and also Instagram. So in this example, said dentist and divine. This is just me using it as an example. Now, that's gonna have what type of client you're both businesses, online creators, influencers, friends and family. It doesn't matter. What type of business do they have? Are they a dentist? Are they HVAC? Are they a personal trainer? What are they? So you can put that in the search bar. And alternatively, you can go to Dubai and put in dentists in Dubai. I mean, as right here, go to Google. Type in dentists in Dubai Instagram. So literally go to Google right now and type in like dentists in Dubai Instagram, HVAC in Dubai Instagram, and it's going to populate the search. So that's step one. So do one of those two things. You'll see, boom, they just like step one. Step number two is search for content that does well. So what I'm going to do is search 5 different accounts. Search 5 different accounts. You can grab 4 to 10 real, and you can use as well. But real topics, they got those views. The reason I do it is because they're easy. You can scroll up and down and see, okay, this had 1,000 views, this had 1,000 views, this had 10,000. But you can see with your eyes very easily very well. And then from there, you're going to paint down the topic of the video. Now, for you, I literally do this. I want you to use like notepad. Like you want to just put your brain in one there, you want to see with your eyes, and then you have to write down the topic of the video. So everything there. I saw on my one account this day, they go there and you see doing well for me. I'm going to make around that. Every time I tweet about it, every time I post about it on Instagram, it got people talking, it got lots of views. So likes this, so I need to know more about it. And so I'm going to do it's probably that would really views. Here's an example. If everyone's not like views, that's okay, it's not video. And I simply added this. So the text overlay, I just go ahead and image overlay. And that was a tweet of mine, added a video, and I uploaded it. It's not any crazy editing. We made this edit. But that's fine. I'm taking all video. Feelings. Feelings. I'm not valuable. Why is it not like that? It's based on feelings, aka continuing needs and all that kind of stuff versus and then here you put your data. That's what we base our data on. Okay. Some people that follow me all your influence. Let me get these on my client or other accounts are posting this as a content. Put this and these content on my client. That's what we do. And that's why it's not able to continuously have a fire because I serve my analyze. See what God is doing. Well, massively. And other days, I did laws. I saw TV. So I saw some fire actor with that. And so you know what? Cool. This related to my audience. So let me make this into Instagram. Now, I tested both messages of the character. It did okay. They got 1,000 likes. And okay. However, but it's tested by putting it at a real and it did 970,000 views. Like this, the last not like weird world was going to save some husband. So, like this whole thing is funny, it's true, and all that. So, the key is not just buying memes or viral. This is the sake of it. Okay, well, this meme's doing well. And if I go over your Instagram, it says, oh, why are you posting memes about this? So it's very, very important. Buying memes are actually like relatable and interesting to your audience or to the audience of your client. As an example, it makes 0 sense if you're working with a lawyer or a dentist or a focused on me. However, and for a fact of our memes right now, you find Instagram, you find the text, so just type in it's memes to improve it's memes, and you really must have meme pages that are related to the type of meme you're going to be posting. You're looking for your client, and just use it like, cool, they follow the meme, let me use it. But again, do not overdo this where you're literally getting the psyop. This is what you need. That makes sense. Doesn't look like that. It's very important that you give that audience things that you get audience what you want. So not surprised if somebody's going to be liking the videos or liking the posts or leaving comments or following or anything like that. So it's very important that you build this around the content that your client's audience is actually interested in. Now next, another time I saw content with IGTV and next all about Dangerous Mexico. This was time last year. So people were getting to wow, Mexico's the most dangerous place ever. We go and I saw people say, what are you talking about? Mexico's awesome. I was like, well, I did a podcast about it and it's like I was talking about that and I've lived in Mexico. Look at my video. So I decided to tap into a trend by posting podcasts. Is Mexico dangerous? It's probably in 230,000 Is Mexico dangerous? 230. So for your clients, the easiest way to find content is to